Okay. First of all, thank you so much, Dr. Nisit, and for inviting me to join this the very important event. And I'm really honored to be here. Let me introduce again. My name is Yin Yin. I'm from Myanmar. My company is Greenovator. We are the agri-tech company. So our company is the inclusive business for sustainable agriculture ecosystem in Myanmar. So we started in Myanmar. That's why we just say in Myanmar. Actually, now we have a plan to expand our services in regional level, especially in the Megang region. So, as your question, so how do we start it? So we, I'm a co-founder. So I and my friends are working used to work with the non-government organization. So because we both graduated from the agriculture university, so we both working in the rural community together with the farmer. So when we see the real problem of the farmers, so we think they might have a solution that we can provide. That's why we started our organization. The first one we see is most of the farmers is I think similar with in other region. They are working in farming is because they don't have choice. It is because it is their traditional business. They got it as a gift from their parents or something like that. So for us then, we didn't see farming, it's not a traditional thing. Farming should be a business, because the food sector is very important for the whole world, So that's why we would like to encourage the farmer to see their farm as a sustainable business. So this is our vision. So for this one, we would like to provide the innovative services to the farmers to do their farming as a business, and then we would like to create a sustainable agri ecosystem. So we value the innovative, sustainable, and the inclusiveness. So this is the journey of the Greenovator. So we started officially register in 2015, but in 2016 we can launch our first mobile application in Myanmar. This is our mobile application is the first ever mobile app in Myanmar that can be interactive. That the farmer can ask the questions to the farmers, to the experts, and. Because of that, the mobile application, we received several awards, from India, ASEAN, even within the local, we received lots of the reward, including Japan. So in 2019, we can launch the farming record. That is the farmer can record their daily activities together with their expense. And in 2021, we can launch the community features that the farmer can gather together and sharing their knowledge each other, and also the digital farming record again, but this time we can launch to the especially for control farming business and microfinance institutions. In 2022 we can launch the premium services, and also very recently we launched the QR code, which is the traceability system for the farmers to recognize what the farmers are doing. Yeah, so this is how our application is look like. I'm really sorry, currently our application is only available in Myanmar language, but very soon we will translate it into their local language, including the English. So you can download our app from the Play Store and the App Store as well. Yeah. So right now that we can cover our our country, so 96% of our country, there are the over 300,000 users of our application, including farmers, experts, and the traders and the local input suppliers. So this is what we are providing the services. We providing the technical knowledge the farmer can read, and we provide the weather focus. So a farmer can check the weather based on the weather focus is like a village level, not at the regional level. So farmer can check their weather. So because we collaborated with the AccuWeather, so they can check the and it is a 5-day focus and with the hourly forecasting. And so like the digital farming record, and also we integrated the e-commerce platform that farmer can sell their products directly to the traders, and also they can buy the products from the local import supplier directly. Yeah, we also provide the core prices, which is over 700 commodities we collect from the 27 trade centers in Myanmar. Yeah, and also the most popular one is a question and answer session, because farmer can directly ask the experts. They can take the photo of their farm, and then they can check it will be received by the experts. Then the expert will answer their questions like this, and farmer can vote the most applicable one for their problems like this. Yeah, so this is the explaining more detail about the community services. Here. Community services, we make two types, public and private group. Because when you are talking about the farmer, you cannot neglect the role of the woman in agriculture. So we also targeted the women farmers in Myanmar. So when we are creating a group, so most of the women farmers, they are not, they are not feeling, confident. They are not confident to step out to discuss together with a man farm, like a male farmer. So at that time, we create a private group for the woman farmer to share their knowledge and experience, and then creating a safe space for them. Like they can even share about their family problem or something like that. Yeah. So this is the premium services. This service, we sell it to the microfinance institution that they can buy the services for their client farmers. Yeah, and this is the listing. I will just skip it out for the time consuming. Yeah, so this is a Senyao Madan. It's a very local name. Our digital farming record is farmer can record their daily activities, and also for the control farming, they can manage their farm through the dashboard system. They can estimate the yield. They can share they can send the notification about the coming up problem or something, and farmer can also send back the notification to the control farming business. Yeah. So this is the marketplace that we link all together in the agri ecosystem. So farmers, traders, agri input shops together. So because of the ZNG, what we have found is because in Myanmar, local suppliers, so their prices are very arbitrary. So if we both know each other, so I will sell you, if you're a farmer and I know you, I will sell you the very discounted price. But if I don't know you, I will sell you the higher price. So it's very arbitrary prices in the market. But the one we make a marketplace, they have to show the price range. So at that time, farmer can get 30% lower than the outside of the application. So we create that kind of impact from the ZNG, and also some farmer, they got the very good reliable buyers for their crops. So it means if they do well, they get a good they will get a good market and premium market like this. Yeah. So our application is totally free for farmers. Totally free for all users. So we generate our income from the market transaction, and also the kind of accepting the sponsorship and advertisement from the agribusiness company. Like for example, I'm from the Pteah company. Then I accept the advertisement. I can advertise on the Greenway application like this. So it's similar a little bit with the Facebook idea. Yeah, and also we sell it to the microfinance, premium services, and the digital farming record to the control farming business, that kind of a license fees. Yeah. So this is our partner based on their services. We mostly we also got the grant from the several donors like USAID, Worldfish, UNESCO, GSMA, etc. Yeah, and this is our expansion plan. Here is another application. What we did is this is the initiative by our agriculture interns from our organization. So it's a kind of it's an iStock similar with the iStock. It's the iStock for the agriculture. So the people can collect their photos at the application, and also they can also freely download the photos from this application like this. Yeah. So this is our website links. Here, before that, I would like to show one thing. Before saying thank you, is about the, you can also participate. Okay. So here, you can scan this QR code to see how the QR code is working. So I recommend to scan, to use the Google Chrome so that you can see its translation. I think you got it right. So here. So now is we show you as like a example of the chili. So you may see like in the market, you see when you scan the QR code, it only shows about the what is how who the farmer is and the organization, right? But for us, it is more than that. We are sharing the information how the farmers are working hard. You know, it's kind of a recognition of the farmers. You know, so here is the crop history. So where the plant is coming from, how they do it, and how they apply the fertilizer, how they apply the pesticide, something like that. And also, when you download it, you can see how do they harvest. Yeah, and how much they eat, and who is the farmers. Then you can contact, if you have any problems or if you want to discuss with more, you can directly contact the farmer like this. So this is how our traceability systems are working now. So thank you so much, and I hope the questions and the comments from the audience. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It seems like you create a new channel for the farmer.
Yeah.
But I have just a few questions for your first round because I'm just curious as well. Then you create like a new platform for the farmers, and then how can you make them to get to know it, and how can you teach them to use it? Because all of them, especially like the farmer, especially in the countryside, how can they like learn and know how to use it?
Yeah, sure. So this is a very common questions, like because everybody is surprised about the number of users from our application. Yeah. So I would like to explain a little bit about our country's condition. We are our Myanmar is the kind of a leapfrogging country. So you know, when you visit to the farmers, all the farmers have the smartphone. Because you know, in Myanmar, the smartphone is really cheap, like $100 and $150. You can get the one smartphone. But if you ask about if you ask the farmers about the keypad, you know, features phone, they don't know that. So it's kind of leapfrogging, you know. Our country is starting open in 2015, you know. Before that, our SIM card cost is like more than $500. Yes. But in 2014, it's only $1 per SIM. So since then, people can start using the SIM card and mobile phone. So and then mobile phone became very cheap for them. So that's why the farmers are very familiar with the mobile phone. And also, if you buy the mobile phone from the shop, they will also create a Facebook account for you freely. So even a farmer has the Facebook account, so that they know how to use Facebook very well. So yes, of course, like farmers, they don't have the digital literacy, you know, like for example, how to avoid the cybercrime, or you know, how to how to avoid the scammer or something like that. For that one, what we do is like we have a network with the non-government organizations. So when we launch our app, we invite like this kind of event, and then we share it to the NGOs, and they share it again to their farmers in the field like this. And also we are also providing the digital literacy training to the farmers, and also providing the training or trainers to the associations about the digital literacy to share again to the farmers.
Oh, I see. That's good. And because now, as everybody know that in your country you have like a political turmoil,
yes,
the chaos. Is this, and because your business much relies on the internet signal,
yes,
and is this effects to your business from the political turmoil?
Severely, you know, that's why we ran away to Thailand. Yeah.
And then how can you run your business now?
Yeah. So right now, like so you know, most of our active farmers are in Central Dry Zone. There is the area, the most affected area about this war. You know, so that's why what we are doing now. Now we call some kind of projects, grants from the USAID and UN agency, because they believe we can reach to the farmers. That's why they give the grant to us. So now we are running the grants, running the project through the grant with where the less affected area in Myanmar. Yeah. So, but still, there are some businesses still working, like for example, like control farming. They stay working on, to work together with the farmer. So for that, we are still running the business. Yeah. But it's a kind of a survivor, not doing a profitable business, but kind of a surviving business. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, just small question from me for the first round, and then we will move to Mr. Sopheak, and I want you to present about your business and how did you come up with it. And my dear brother is quite interesting as well, because at the beginning he would like to start his business about the guest house, the hotels, but after the COVID attack to his country, then he has to change his mind to some other things. And then please listen to his wonderful experience.
สวัสดีครับ First and foremost, I would like to thank you, Dr. Nisit, for having me, and also thank to the previous presenters that giving a lot of insights presentation that I really learned a lot from it. So my name is Pteah. I come from Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and currently I'm doing 2 startups. And actually one startup, it emerged as a response to COVID-19, like what Chaya just mentioned about it. So I will talk more about my stories. So this is a little about me. So I held 2 degrees, one in teaching and agriculture. So I actually come from agricultural background. But later on, I pursued my master in development study, and I went to Nagoya University for an economic exchange about economic development. So my 2 startups, one is a plant store. That's why when people pass by now, they only can see it as a plant boutique store, because I started this business because I can tell that in Phnom Penh, especially in Cambodia, there is a rapid growth, and also the significant sector is real estate. So there's a lot of FDI, there's a lot of project to build house, to build the resident projects, big scale, but I don't feel like it go green, like it's like having a lot of concrete jungle, but no one tend to look at a green side. So a green side, as I'm from agriculture background, I want to introduce about house plan, about urban green to the people, and I think it's important for the well-being of the people, and also about their sustainable development, especially the sustainable city. But it's only 1 month before I open my plant store that I want to inspire people to have plants at home. COVID arise, and then it was quite tough because my business, I want to bring the products and service to my target customer, which they are in the urban, in the city centers. They don't have time to do house plan, parenting. They don't have time to travel to buy the plant from the nursery, and especially those who working in Phnom Penh, they are foreigner, like expert working there. They don't really have the expert to discuss about the technical problem if they need support, or even if they want to buy the accessory or like plants. And then I was stuck for several months before I sort of an idea that I always met with friends, discuss how I could actually sell my business, because it in a very beautiful building. It like an old house that located in the center of Phnom Penh capital. And then the idea of of having the building, like community building happen. So I named it Pteah community. Pteah means old house, and like we have that underneath value that we want to reuse the old house and have all the collective or startup with creative business idea in it. So today I will talk 4 points about the early conception. I briefly just talk at the moment about my challenge and also the adaptation strategy, and also what we make impact and our looking forward. So my plant store, it was established in the late 2019. I did a lot of market research. I see the potential not just for the individual use, but like landscape, pink service needed, gardens, rooftop, something like that. And it also starts from my passion for the plants. I came to Chiang Mai 7 years ago as a exchange student too, and that's how I shaped pen my way, because when we talk about agriculture, it can be many things. Yeah, like we work with farmers about the fruit crop, or maybe like vegetable crop. But then no one in Cambodia really take the like ornamental plants seriously. So we only import, we only um, um, have the plant for the outdoor garden. So many people, they don't know how to have the house plants at home. And like Phnom Penh is getting much more populated day by day, and people live in a small house, and sometimes they don't really have the space outside. So what about those who actually want to connect with nature, want to have the plants? And we have a lot of internal migration as well, for people who come from the countryside, from the province, that they actually have a lot of connection with nature, but then when they move for opportunity, either they come to pursue their study or their profession, they barely find a space to have plants. And as I said also about the huge FDI, like the real estate sector in Cambodia is like booming, a lot of buildings, but those buildings doesn't really have the like garden, or they even like have the indoor garden, something like that. So people really have a hard time if they want to go to the park, if they want to connect with the nature. That's how the business ideas happen. And Pteah, again, it's just emerged from the IB, Airbnb business, that I want to have the plant store, and then I want to connect with those who also doing the coffee business, because the plant boutique store is quite new to Cambodia back then. Like all the people only rent out the land, and then they open like a plant nursery that is more like for outdoor plants. So I want to have like a business partner that from food and beverage, so that we can attract our target audience to also come to the place and more often. And then the rest of the space just converted as a like a short-term rental that we using Airbnb platform. But the idea changed because of the COVID, and we had a very difficult time. Also, in the previous presentations mentions about like the limited uh, access to the finance, because we are still a new startup. We don't really register our business yet. We don't have the financial record, and if we want to get the finance support from the SME bank or from the government, we have to register our business. We have to have the finance record for the last 3 years, which is impossible for the new startup. And even like it was in the COVID time, the requirement, the criteria got even worse. So I try to sell the business by asking support from the people that I know, family, to sell the business, until that we met more and more people who also see the value of being part of the community, so we could actually support each other, and we could support a lot, not just share the space, but we share the knowledge that we have, because I'm sure that as a young startup, there are so many gaps that you need to fill up in terms of the technical knowledge, in terms of the mental support, and those are biggest supports during the journey. So day by day, the community, we have like 7 people with a different business. I think I will just I will just talk more about that letters. And then we also, when we had the financial difficulty, we also have a bit of the, team conflict, because we, as a young startup, we have a little initial investment, and then everyone was so overwhelming, because it just something out of control, and no one would expect that COVID would come. So 2 of the co-founders, they decided to stop, because they could not predict like when COVID would go away, and we back then would never have the idea what we could do to actually save the business, and we put a lot of investment. I mean, for us, it's a lot of investment to did the whole renovation to that old beautiful house. So I made a very brave decision. I used my home as a collateral to get the loan from the bank, because that was impossible. There was no way for me to get the loan, the business loan, for saving my business. And no one supported me, even my family. But at least, I believe in myself, so I would do things consistently, and never give up. That's also important as a startup. I keep doing things even during the pandemic. The activities, organized was still under restriction. So they still count head of the people, like when we do the public event. So it was very difficult. Also, the travel restriction was still there. The limited support system from the government during the COVID time, we don't really have any support back then, because the economic of Cambodia is just very narrow, so the government doesn't really have a much budget to support, so they only support those sector that affects a lot, and if they register their business, that's what the government could do back then. And then I changed the whole ideas by meeting with many senior friends, professor. I always, ask them what I could help, because I don't want to give up on something that I didn't even try it yet. Like it's gonna be a lifetime regretful if you don't actually try or test your prototype or product yet, but then you have to give it up. So I did a lot of research. I did a lot of meeting with my friends and other people to get an idea, and I found out that community building is something quite interesting to start, and I could actually also help my business and help other startup by deducting the cost of the space renting, and also we could exchange the technical support. So here is turnout. So now it become a very attracting space in Phnom Penh. So it's a collective of 7 different businesses from the design store, and even though it is quite small community, but we have people from Germany, we have people from France, we used to have people from the US to also join us, and we have like Gulate is the lingerie design store. Domicile that doing hand block printing, custom order, and they work with the women community in Phnom Penh. It have my plant business. It have Yap Academy that doing outdoor training that get fund from GIZ and the German's government. There is Kramun who working on art design and mass communication, and Coin Bloom, the coffee shop, coffee apartment that inspired by community and natures. We have the gallery space that called Shop House Studio, and the whole community we name it Pteah community. So we also feature in many medias because the medias found our works very interesting. So we feature in Phnom Penh Post. Like back then, the event that organized in the public was almost impossible. So I tried it another way. I asked the other makers, and then we do the pop-up market on the rooftop so that the government will agree because there is like open space, get the air in and out. And then also people find it very unique experience to do the shopping under an old house setup. The house is like more than 70 years old, so it's a beautiful architecture. And like people this day, if you go shopping, we may think of the shopping mall, modern, something like that. But then when we do something different, a lot of young Cambodian, because Cambodia have a huge population of young people, and they always want to try something new. So they go there and then they promote it on their personal TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We also feature in Cambodian Days, also the designs magazine Serene. These are what we are doing. We also featured by the Japanese bloggers. Besides, we also do a lot of pop-up activity. So we don't just wait there at the store, like expecting customer to come over. So we did a lot of pop-up activity. I still prioritize customer service is the key to success in the new startup. We always make time. We care about customer. We have partnership with other related business owners that they are in a relevant sectors. Like for example, Satirot, she also come from the same universities and she also study agronomy. She's the founder of Chunlen. So she work with farmer and produce the vermicompost, creating alternative income to farmers. And I work with like local craft and producer like ceramic pot, terrazzo, houseplant collectors, many other people. From the like a very simple or fresh market to the luxury hotel. I even joined the pop-up market in the luxury hotel like Sofitel. And at first like people was like, what? You bring the plant to sell in the luxury hotel? But then it ended up like I sold out the most because it was not by coincidence, but I brought the plant and have it ready for Christmas. And people then really think about that. It was like a stupid idea to bring plant to sell like luxury hotel. But those people buying things like crazy, like because they have a lot of money and they buy the ceramic pot and plants and made it ready for the Christmas. And also I organized the first Phnom Penh plant and garden fair. So people might like curious, like, oh, you do that plant business and you want to share the opportunity to those who are in the same market players. And for me, because I started from passion and I started also to solve the social problem, so I don't mind because I think the market is huge and we should care more about the customer service. We should care more about the product quality rather than compare to one another who are actually in the same market. So I asked them all to join, and we got like a big support. We have like venue sponsor, and we as a expert from different field in like orchid, in cactus, in tropical plant, terrarium. So we all provide workshop to the guests, to the visitor too. So we brought a lot of attention. Even some people that they attend our event, they came from the province far away, but they found it very interesting because in Cambodia, it's like not like in Vietnam or Chiang Mai or maybe in Myanmar, like organize a lot of plant event or garden event. Like recently, I think I come like last 2 months. I also Chiang Mai organize a big plant event. Okay, and I think after we have like so many repeated customer, we start to think what else could we do to improve our product and service. So there are customer that they trust our service and they would want us to do something that we didn't actually have the knowledge about, like the landscaping service. We know about the plants and soil as I'm from the agronomy background, but in terms of working on architecture perspective, I don't really have any backgrounds about it. So I didn't say no because I think in business, if the opportunity knock the door, why then we give it a try. So I got the opportunity from one of the famous celebrity chef, and she said like, Sopheak, I want to support you because you're working very hard on your business, even you have a very tough time during COVID. Would you like to try to offer us landscaping service? We know you are new, but we don't mind about it. So I start to form a team and diversify our service. And now we have so many projects, from the residential project to the big residential project, like like a Borei, that the real estate developer built so many houses, and they also reach out to us. So now, besides just selling the accessory plants and gift, we also offer landscaping design and landscape and garden installation. We, through our activity, we make a lot of impact to the micro and like small business to actually showcase their product and also sell their products. We still have the consignment partner with them too. When we see that they have similar value, because we also care about their supporting local products, about the craft, and also about the sustainability. So we don't want to use plastics. We still use a little bit of it. We have to accept it, but we try to use the environmental friendly. And in our building, we also support many female-owned SME, and they make impact by supporting the women's community in their community as well. And we also partner with local community organizers, including Runombine, to organize a fair that promoting local producer, like the craftsmen. And we also have the venue for the event to run. So that's how we try to diversify our service and product, and we have the different price if it is for not for profit activity or it is for profit. And we also do so many exhibition, and now we have like artists from France, we have artists from Singapore, we have artists from Japan who actually see the value of what we're doing, and they want to have our space for their exhibition. So now we learned that Pteah community become a very friendly space for especially young artists to get a platform to show their talent. That for the gallery and for the community as a whole, we support many young startup. That by what we actually also supporting ourselves, and we keep working very hard on it. And now for our way forward, we want to digitalize. We want to create a platform, because now I think it's the modern world. So I think it's a good point that Sister just mentions about the digitalize platform to help farmer. So we also want to digitalize our platform. Of course, now we also had like social media and basic website, but we want to have a very professional website that customer can learn more about our product and service, and we also can use that platform to support other makers in our community. And we want to have a long-term partner with other community organizers, and we have like a well-designed program to just not like making for a short run but a long run to support each other, especially for promoting the art, craft, and urban green. And our recent good news, because of what we're doing, we actually now get supported by CWB in Cambodia. It is a organization that have in 8 countries and also have in Myanmar, and we got the initial investment to expand our project to another building, the same value, but we have a co-working space, and finally we have a art and craft store to support other makers. So if next time you go to Phnom Penh, please don't forget to see my space. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentations. And I also have a few questions to ask you, because you provide like a space right now, your business, and then how, because your business is quite, you hide from in the building, the place that you settle down. I just want to know that how can you promote and make your business for the people to know it?
Actually now, because we don't register our business yet, you may notice that we don't really put a big sign, board, or even a light bulb. But we're working on it, and so far, because of the community, supporting community by organizing so many events, so people know about our space and also about the public relation like PR, that we were featured in many magazine, newspaper, so that's how people know about us. And even now the coffee shop, they rank in the top 40 coffee shop in Phnom Penh.
Wow.
That people may want to see what it is different from other coffee shop. And also we actually have a video, a short video, but I could not log into my account. That even the top model in Cambodia, Min Sonita, she also went there because they found it very interesting. So they did a video about our place for free, and even mentions about our community, this and that. And it's it means a lot as a startup, because that's how we would start. It's the support from the community, it's support from friends and family.
And can I say that, are you the first one who start to do this kind of business?
Yeah, so not many people, I think. As what I learned in Phnom Penh, our place is the first community building, especially under the, a setup of old house.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not something new in other country, because I learned that, in Ho Chi Minh, also in Thailand. When I've been here, I saw many places that they have done that. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think for the second round, I will open the floor for another questions, and we'll move to my dear friends. And it's also my first time to interview my super close friend here. Right? Could you please talk about your business and how did you start this business? And this she is doing about the jewelry, diamond, and her market relies just only the foreign market. Just only 1% from the domestic market.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sirintip Pokaiwongsatit. You can call me Joy from Bangkok. So let me introduce something about myself.
Yes.
Yeah, I am the president of the 2 companies. The first one is Master Siam Jewelry Company Limited. And the second one is Miracle Siam Import and Export Company Limited. Yes, those 2 are kind of jewelry business. I'm doing export and import. So before we go to more story, let me show you the video so you can see like a overview, the short overview that I'm doing today. Here, this. Let me see.
Now. Okay. I cannot hear.
All right, no problem. There is no sound, so let me explain what I'm doing at my companies. So we are a company of the jewelries. We start from the designs. This is the design that we're doing for our customer. We start from the design and then we put all the design to the printer. And this is the printer that print out the design that we create by the computer to be like a 3D wax. And after that, we do the mold here. And then we inject the wax to be a part of the jewelry. After this, we send it to cast. We calling casting gold department. After the this one is the crown. The crown. We are doing the crown too. And from the wax is go to the gold. We cast the gold. And after the gold, the jeweler, they will file the gold to make like a clean pieces. And this is me collecting the diamonds. And after that, the set diamonds and the gemstones. Yeah, this is the process. And then we go to the machine to check if all the material, I mean gold and diamond, are genuine natural or not. And after that, we do the rhodium here. And QC, quality control. So this is all like short process for my products. So can you see that when to have a ring, to have one ring, it start like 20 processes to get one ring. And every process is human. So yeah, this is the overview, short overview. So let me tell the story about my business journey. Yeah,
Right.
I have been in this business like 16 years already. For the first 8 years, I spent most of the time with a small company, small jewelry company, and the big company to collect all the experiences and collect the connections, also knowledge and know-how. And then after 8 years, I can say that most of the people, young generation, they start from zero, right? But I can say that I start from sub-zero. It means that my family, we owe money to many people and the bank too. So it means that I don't have any kind of support from my family at all. Also, I have to take care of them. Yeah, so for the first 8 years, I come by myself. But luckily at that time I have worked with the Chinese boss, and I have Jewish customers, and I have worked with many Indian suppliers. So it means like top 3 quality people that top in the world that work with me, and I was trained from them. Yeah, but they give me a lot of good lesson. As you know, Jewish, Chinese, and Indian, they are not that easy. And also they are not too difficult to deal with too. So I learned a lot of lessons from them, such as, let's say the Jewish, because one of them is kind of life coach, my life coach. Still today, still he teach me something and mentor me something. Yeah. So when you think about Jewish, you think about someone that like I'm sorry to say that stinky, something like that, like try to chase
Stinky, tricky.
tricky, yeah,
Right.
something like
Very
that.
difficult to negotiate with. Right.
Tough, yeah.
And bargain a lot.
Correct.
Demanding.
But if you think about that, you will not get anything from them. So at that time, I try to learn a lot from them. So they teach me. That is what's so surprised, because what they teach me is the first thing, you have to listen to the customer. This is what I get from the Jewish people. First thing is you have to be a good listener. You have to listen to people, to your customer. When you go and you want to sell, just don't come and tell about yourself, but go there and listen to their problems. This is the first rule. The second one is to questions. Give the question, the good one. Always get the information from your customer. Have to know their pain points, something like that. And the last thing, this is very surprised me, is he said to give. He said that, Joy, you have to start every relationship with giving and sharing and expecting for no return. That is so surprised me, because I just thought that they're gonna teach me how to kill the people, how to squeeze the people, and how to get the things from the people. But this is totally like upside down. Also changed my point of view too. At that time, I didn't believe that much, but I try to follow them because they are kind of the billionaire. So I try to follow. I give them. So you're gonna question, how can I give them? Because at that time I had like nothing, sub-zero. At that time I don't have money to give. And when you with the rich people, what you gonna give them to make them satisfied? You don't have money, so you have to give your sincere, your loyalty and service. Yeah, the service is what you can do. So at that time I just service them, and I never asked for the salary, for the raise up, not at all, for the first 8 years. And after that, I found my first partner. Yeah, and the partner is one thing that really important for the business, because if you choose the wrong one, I can say that to choose the partner is the same thing that you choose your husband or your wife. If you choose the wrong one, so everything like upside down. So, and at that time I was so lucky because I found a partner. He's not my husband actually, but let's say he's a husband in the business. Yeah, he is really good in CAD designer. So you can see from my video from the beginning, you can see the CAD designer is something that we design the jewelry by the computer graphic. That is the one that he's doing, and he did the best. So we separate our jobs to part. I will do for the financial and customer relationship, but he will do for the production. And we are together. Actually, we have four, but lately it's come like two, and he is the best one because he also have the mindset just like me. He worked with me with no income, no returns for year, and he is the hard worker, very tough one. So he work like 1 year, and he don't get any like share. Still, he's still working. And when the first time that we like to share the profit, so it changed our life. Also, another thing with the Indian customer, he taught me to separate the money all the time and to think about the worst case. I know that when we do the business, we have to always be positive, but you also have to stay with the reality too, because the bad day happens to everybody. So he said to me, okay, you have to divide the money from the profit, three parts. First is for you and your partner. Second is for the bad day, and the third one is for the business development, something like that. This is what I learned from the Indian people. And for my Chinese boss, he is kind of the tough one, especially his wife. They are together with me, and yeah, I never asked for the raise up, and she never offered me for the raise up too. So that's why the 8 years. So I resigned from the job and I opened my own company. I have the well prepared for that. I have small fund and we just go little by little, like slowly. So
So what happened when you start to do your own company?
yeah, we were like struggling in few years, the first few years. Yeah, because like me, like a woman in this business, I look young. Even I'm 40, but at that time still look young. So it's not easy to be a woman in this kind of business because people, I'm not that well known, and also when they see me as a woman, and they don't give me that much credit. We were like struggling for few years. Yes, but we walk like slowly and slowly. And we create our relationship with the customer. And as I said, since you have to be sincere, you have to be loyal, because the luxury business, they need someone like that. And from this picture is the place that they buy the jewelry from me. Now my main customer is in in US, and they have also the shops all over the world. So right now I am the factory that work for the global brand. So I can say the name like Signet, like the biggest jewelry company. I am their supplier. I work for them. I am just like back office. Actually, Signet, they have a lot of suppliers. I am the one of that. Okay. So let's talk about my strength and weakness. Since I am small company, I have like right now I have 86 people working with me at the factory. So I am not SME. I'm kind of the middle one, but not the biggest one yet. Since we are medium small company, the strength of me is like fast direct commanding. So I can do everything fast compared with the big company. Just like let's say if in Thailand we have beauty gems. So when you have one project, it takes like a month. But for me, it takes like halfway, like 2 weeks to finish all the projects. Yeah. Also, the service is also my strength, because to compare with the big company, they will not give you like executive premium service. But for me, I already see from the big company that okay, I knew you because I worked with you before. They just don't care for the smaller customer. But I never let go. I give my my staff to take care of them one-on-one to make them stay.
You keep even the small order.
Yeah, we have to try. It's always opportunities. Jewelry business is not just like other business. They always try us. They send us the sample and let us do. They don't care. Actually, they don't care much about the reputation, but they care for the products. Yeah, one of the part of service is the super fast delivery. This is the one that I have to be very prioritized for that. Also, we also have the weakness. Since the limited of the time, so we can do limited quality too. I can say that my quality is not like a top quality. Right now, I tell my team that, okay, you have to do the ring that lasts for good for 5 years. No, not break easily, something like that, for 5 years. But people, they expect something like longer, like they can pass this ring to their daughter, something like that. So it should be more stronger. So the limited of time, so it bring limited quality. Also, the weakness about for the small business is the fund. Limited fund to expand our business. We divide the money already. Still, it's not enough to expand the big business. Okay, so for the obstacles that happen, so I divide the obstacle to be two parts. The first thing is something that controllable. Sorry, the first thing is something that uncontrollable. It means that like labor shortage that happened in after COVID is the big attack, because all the labor, they go back home and they don't want to come back to be the jeweler again. That is one of the obstacles. And the world crisis, every time that we have bad news in the world, even like
Not
COVID.
only the COVID, you mean like the war,
The war
the Russian-Ukraine war.
Exactly.
It also affects to your...
Yeah, inflation rate, something like that. So every bad news, people stop spending money. They still can pay the money for their food, their children, their car, but not for the luxury things, just like a ring. Also, the obstacle, something that I cannot control, is about the time zone. It means that when I wake up, my customers are sleeping, right? And when they get up, okay, I go to sleep. So that is something that I just cannot control.
Then you have to work like for 24/7.
Yeah, that will be in my strategies that I'm going to explain later. And next, about the controllable problems, like fun. As I also the same thing in my weakness, that I have like not big fund to expand my business. Also the operation system. Since we are like a craftsmanship, all of the thing that we do is like a handcraft. So it means that human make it. Every process has a human errors. Okay, so now we come to the strategies that to overcome all the weakness and the obstacles that I'm doing right now. The solution for the labor shortage. So I try to improve my welfare to my staff to increase the competitiveness of quality employment. And then I also open the department to train the new generation for the jewelry. I can say that the new generation, the value with the technology business before handcraft business. But I try to open the training course. I give them the salary, I give them the food, and let them come and learn, and I give them job. They will have the contract work with me. All right, so the strategy that I cannot say overcome, but it helps during the world crisis that I have been through. The first thing, actually, you have to prepare the worst case scenario and to prepare a reserve fund for at least 1 year. When the COVID happened, so everything like shut down. So you have to have the money to still pay and don't let your labor go back to their hometown, because they will never come back again. also the compensation. This is just for the worst case. Luckily, this is not happened to me. The last thing. And actually, that is just something that we prepare. But to turn the crisis to be opportunity, you have to understanding customer behavior to develop marketing plan. You know what? I think this is unbelievable, but it's happened already. We have COVID, right?
Yes.
But let's say this year is like the third year already.
Yes.
The first year,
2019.
2019, but actually end of the year is not that effect.
Yeah.
But it's really affect to me on March 2020. Yeah, because at that time New York shut down. It means that zero orders, zero income come to me like few months. I was so in shock at that time. And after that, like 8 months, you know what? Something like miracle happened. That's why the name of the second company is Miracle Siam. Miracle happens that people, they stay at home like 8 months already. They cannot go out anywhere.
Yes.
What they do?
Yeah.
They shopping online.
Uh-huh.
So in 2020, my income increased like 30%. Increase. I have better year during the COVID. And 2021, even better and better. And also this year, 2022, this is the highest income that my company can get. So I cannot just have only one company anymore. So I have to open a new one. This is so surprised because the behavior of the customer has changed. They shop online, and someone like me, like someone that's fast, can sales a lot because in the past you can hear in Thai idiom, Thai words that okay, big fish eat small fish. To compare with the easy sample, just like CP 7-Eleven win the grocery, local grocery. That is something like that because the big company, they always have a lower cost. But right now during the COVID, fast, quick fish eat slow fish. So if they have to wait for like Tiffany to deliver things like a month,
Yeah.
they will have me in 2 weeks. They get the ring and get married. And the new generation, you know what? When they get married, they just Google it and find it shopping online and get the ring in 2 weeks, and they just go to get married. It's different from the past that most of the people, when they get married, they prepare for months. But now it's no more. And they just cannot do the wedding ceremony, right? So they save the money and they want to increase the diamond size on the ring. That's the point. So that's why during COVID time, 3 years, all those 3 years is the best and better year of mine.
And how can the ring become such a very important gift?
Yeah, it's culture. It's culture because my customer is mostly in Western, in Europe and in US. First, I have to say that they remarry. They don't marry only one time. They do twice, they do third, something like. During the COVID time, they have like come too close and they broke up and remarry again. Yeah. And also another culture is Western people. When they have Christmas, when they have anniversary, they buy jewelry. Yeah, it's not just like, I think that it's different from Asian because Asian, they will not buy that much. And also they prefer to do the gold, like the fine gold, 22K gold, something like that. But in the Europe and USA, they do diamonds. Yeah. So yeah, the strategies about the fund. So as I was being trained from the Indian and Jewish and Chinese, so I collect the money. So if you know me better, so you will see that for all the years, 16 years, I didn't live my life just like jewelry business owner. I look normal and I don't spend the money for my luxury things. I keep the money for bad day and for the tomorrow business. So this is very important. About the strategy that to be the solution of the operation system is about the software that I bring to my company. Since handcraft is kind of human error, so we need the good software to prevent misappropriate and reduce the human errors. Also the service. This one is, I think this is the best part of me that I do for the customer, because I already see that what my competitor cannot do, and I choose this thing to be my big opportunity to offer to my customer. Also the time zone, something that I said that is not controllable, but I can fix it. I have divided my staff to be two shifts. First is in day shift, and in night shift is mean that, okay, customer, you will have like 24/7 service. Even you sleep, someone working for you. When you get up, you have someone that ready for you. And my staff kind of one-on-one service. They're just not like, okay, you call to the call center and you wait for 3 days and they will get back. No, I tell my salesperson that you have to answer the customer within 1 hour or faster, as soon as possible. Okay, this is all the strategy that I try to shorten them from the 16 years to be in 15 minutes. So if anybody have any question or want me to share more, any of the ideas, so you are very welcome.
We're gonna have the second round for the questions from also from me and also from audience here. But I have one question here, that because you said your customer mainly from abroad, right? They like from the States, from UK. But how did you get the first customer? Where he or she from?
Okay, the first customer, he is the one that the customer of my Chinese boss. I remember at that time, I don't even know what is diamond is. I don't even know what is gemstone is. But I don't know why I asked him that. If one day I open the company, jewelry company, will you be my customer? This is the the first question that I asked him at the first time that we met. So I think it's from my instinct, in my passion. So I got him from the workplace that I work with. But he didn't stop from my ex-boss. He still work with my ex-boss, but in the different kind of jewelry. Because the jewelry, they have like a mass jewelry, and for me, I'm doing custom jewelry, because mass jewelry, they do like cheap, like you have to order the same thing, 100 same rings. But not for me. For me, it's like one of a kind ring, but I charge you like crazy.
Okay. We're gonna take 15-minute breaks, and then we come back to here for the Q&A sessions. Thank you very much for your listening. Okay, you want to show your video first, right? Please.
So at the moment, I could not figure it out, the canvas. Now I want to show you a quick video of the communities.
In Phnom Penh. សួស្តីអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាថ្ងៃនេះផ្លែអារម្មណ៍ជ័យខ្ញុំនាំអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាដូចហាងពេកទីពីកន្លែងលក់កាតិចអីចឹងទៅអូខេឥឡូវយើងចូលទៅទាំងអស់គ្នាថាមានអីគេខ្លះនៅទីនេះគឺមានលក្ខណៈពិសេសដូចព្រោះថាពីមួយជាន់ទៅមួយជាន់ធ្វើការ design ខុសៗគ្នាលក់ខុសៗគ្នាដែរមានលក់ buffet មានលក់
This is his building.
ការទៅដូចជាហើយក៏មាន accessory ផ្សេងៗទៀតដែរអញ្ចឹងថ្ងៃនេះគឺខ្ញុំមកនេះគឺចំថ្ងៃគឺមានការវិព័រអញ្ចឹងយើងមានលក់ច្រើនជាងធម្មតាដែលបងប្អូនអ្នកខ្លះគឺឬក៏អ្នកតុំ start up ក្រុមហ៊ុននេះចូលកម្មវិធីនេះបានអញ្ចឹងទៅហើយរបស់ផ្លែហើយក៏ដូចជា cái lại tí tăng thọ đủ nâng ồ dạ xa mình tên chia sẻ thiết cái mẹ rộng tha phát anh mình tên bia ọt mình ngay cứ nơi sẵn chả như mình ai cho mẹ rộng tha ôi làm thọ mình chia thay làm phê mỏ ok អរគុណអ្នកនរគ្នាដែលបានមើលវីដេអូរបស់ខ្ញុំហើយនេះគឺជាទីតាំងរបស់គាត់គឺនៅផ្ទះចាស់អរគុណ
Very good, very good. What is that?
So actually, I have to explain a bit. So it's like she's a model. She's a top model. You can see she's so beautiful and very tall. Was invited to the fashions in Paris, but she's like what I'm doing. So she's come to give support and do a quick video that I paid nothing to her. So I really appreciate her help. So when she went there was a rooftop pop-up market that I mentioned in the slide presentation that we try to connect ourselves to the startup and make her community. So she did a tour in our community. Yeah, so that's what she said. Thank you.
So now I will open the floor for the audience first. If you have any questions, like we talk to friends now. Yeah, please.
So this question go to Mr. Sopheak. So as you mentioned that you have an internal team conflict. I would like to ask you, after your partner depart, maybe amicably, I suppose. So you left only one, right? So I think that what do you feel? I think you better do your business more freely and progressing. Unlike if you stay with your partner, don't you think so?
Thank you for the question. Actually, it was a little bit difficult because how we started together, like we wanted to support each other. We believe that we have something that we can supplement each other. Like for example, I study agriculture and development, and I focus on social enterprise. So I know how to do like a business plan, business development. And another partner, he is a designer, so he's good at branding. And another one is an architect, so he could be a focal point for the architectures. But then, like I mentioned, I'm not like a really business person. I'm more like a social entrepreneur. It was tough in the beginning, but then later on I realized that I could do something that I believe it work, because as a social entrepreneur, it's not only all about profit, it's how you can create solution to the society. But even those they come from different background, but they are more like business oriented, like profit oriented. So I totally agree. After I decided to do it myself, I feel happy. I feel like I could make decision more freely and also very flexible at the early stage of the business. It's always like testing, like okay, I experience this, and then if it's not work, then I experience another things.
Because I asked this question because in this situation, young people, they are friends, and mostly they talk together. They want to establish the business. At the beginning, it looked very beautiful, but I think 80% or 90% fail. So be careful for the young generation to work in this thing together, because after that, conflict of idea, conflict of so many things will come. So better do alone, must be freely, and maybe you can exercise your ability much better. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I have a question to Mr. Sopheak. Actually, I think that's I love your business model. It's look very very unique. So, but I have two questions. The first one is how about the competition for your business now? So, because I think that's someone might feel that's the model is good and they can copy you. The second one is what do you think about if you export the model to other country? Because I feel it's a little bit kind of cultural based business model. So do you think that this model, if you let's say you open this business in other country like in Laos or in Vietnam, do you need to adjust to according to the tradition of the destination market? Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor, for the question. Actually, the competition within landscaping service is a bit high. Yeah, but what is unique about the plants and landscape service that we offer in the market? Like all of them, let's say 90% of them, they are landscape architect. So none of them they are either agronomist, botanist, or gardener. So the concept, the design concept is totally different. They more from the like the architecture perspective. So when they design the garden or landscape for customer, it's not really unique because the knowledge of the plant is limited. And for the community building, it's something very new in Cambodia because like the economic in Cambodia are also very fast growing economics, and the investor would not cares about like the old buildings. So what they do, they invest in the mall, they build big buildings, and they target the huge customer like young people want to try something new, like brand product. But then we may forget that some young people also care about promoting the local product. They care about the creative industry. So I think in the market now, my building community is quite new, and I don't mind if people, like interested in and have something similar because that model it was emerged as a response to COVID, and I think it carries a lot of social value. Like make a space for people to interact, exchange idea, give a platform for micro and small business, and also as part of preserving the old architecture that like young people go, they see how the beautiful of the building is, and also how we can actually display the indoor plants all over the building. So I don't really concerns about that because that's not what I earn. And we actually have a few people not in the regional yet, but people in other city like Battambang that they want us to open like Pteah Battambang, Pteah Kompot, so that we can also support the art and craft community at other different city. And I think what makes us stand out is the one who organize. If it comes from the passion, because the community is more organized by like the community facilitators, so they have to have that commitment and also have the vision to serve the community rather than focus on the business side. And as I mentioned again, my main business is the landscaping service and plants. So yeah, I think it would be great if we go regional, but still respect the local culture and find the right person to partner with.
Okay, I would like to ask Ms. Yin Yin from Myanmar. So your business is about the use app for services to the customer, right? So I would like to know how do you charge the money from the customer, and in Myanmar and Thailand you charge the same rate or the difference? That is the question to Yin Yin. And another question as we go to Ms. Sirintip. Yes. You said that after COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, after that 8 years, your business really boom and increase again. I really proud of that. And I want to know, actually, your customer is from America and Europe or another countries. And that time, to my knowledge, is that there are no flight from Thailand to another country. So when the customer order your product, how you ship your product to the customer within 2 years, 2 weeks, let you say. And another things I want to know, how you promote your product. I mean, which channel do you promote your product? Thank you.
You first.
Yeah, for us, like we haven't started in Thailand yet. We are still exploring the possibility. So yeah, but we see the opportunity. So in Myanmar, we didn't charge the farmers directly. So we charge to the agribusiness company. So for example, like a fertilizer company, they advertise on our application. So we receive the money from them, then we give the free services to the farmers like this. And also like when we are working with the microfinance institution, they buy the services from us. So like because a microfinance institution, they don't have an agri expert in their team, so, and then they don't want to hire it because they don't have any knowledge about that. So at that time, they just hire the fund advisory services from us. They paid for us to provide the services to their client farmers. So we are making we are generating income indirectly from the other businesses to provide the free services to the farmers. Yeah. Yeah, so farmer doesn't need to pay. But in Thailand, we are thinking that another business model is because in Myanmar, in one we connect with the farmers and the technicians. So most of the technicians in Myanmar are providing the voluntary services. So they don't receive the honorary charges from us. So that's why we don't have any charges because we are not onboarding the technical expert in our team. We are making a kind of a connection throughout the country. So every technician can participate on our platform like this. So that we will use that model in Thailand, in other region as well. But in other region, we would like to provide the honorary charges to the expert, for the more sustainability and more incentive to participate on the platform. So at that time, we will collect the point system for the technician. So to pay for the technicians, for farmers, they can subscribe very low amount, or maybe they can watch the advertisements, to pay the technical expert like this. Yeah, this is our future plan. Yeah. Thank you.
How did you deliver your products to the customer within a few weeks during the COVID?
Actually, for the first, I can say like first 6 months, there will be the problem about the delivery, yes. But after that, we still have the shipment, the flights to go to UK and US. Or even it's like before we have like everyday flights, but lately we have like twice flights a week. Still, I can produce thing and put in that 2 flights to my customer. It means that, okay, we have problem, but only for the first 6 months. But after that, everything like go regularly, no problem. Yeah.
Okay.
And another question is how to
promote your products, your company. Because you also said that you work for the big brand, right? And then how you promote your company to get more customer, to get more clients?
Yeah, I can say one thing is my luck, and one thing I made my luck by myself. Yeah, I know someone that he is really big one in the business, but this guy is not easy. He's kind of tough. And I worked with him for years. I showed him my loyalty and sincerity for years, and he trained me like a like we are in an army, like army in Israeli army, very tough. And so he proved me that okay, you are loyal enough and you are harmless, Joy. So he started giving me things and introduced me to his society. So he is the president of the James Julie in New York. That's why. But I just not like come to him and go with him. No, it's like 8 years that he introduced me to the people that he dealing with, because he don't want to lose his face too. If he brings some like no name is okay, but not good quality to his society, he will be like a bad reputation too. So I can say that before we sell the products, we have to sell ourselves first. You have to sell yourself first. If you win their heart, so you will win everything. You can sell everything, but the first thing that you have to win their heart. Thank you.
I would like to get the three response from the floor about your passion and the patience. These two things, some people, lose. Like, they not stay longer and are tough enough, just like you're mentioning. What about any things on the road that you almost, destroy your passions and it turns things into upside down? Like even in Myanmar and Sopheak from Cambodia, you're still young. You think that passion is the first, that you follow the dream, but is anything more than this, like passion and 2P, right? More than 2P. But three of you, please.
More than the patient and passion.
Passion, like you like to, but in theory maybe it's something else. Okay, in plant business, it's studying because you major in agriculture, you major in German language. I think that from agriculture from Myanmar. Why are you still doing this job? What about the sustainability of your business in the future? Probably.
The big one first. Okay.
I think beside of the patience and passion, for me it's about projection, because I see the futures of the demand when I started my business too. I think people day by day will have to think about sustainability, because that's what the big organization have been working on. And when I start to see the projection, and it's something that people need to. So patience, passion, projection, and people. We care about the people. We care about the like the well-being of the people, and I think it's important to live greener. And also Cambodia was before known as the city in the garden. Just like what Singapore is now. And I still remember a book that I used to read when the Prime Minister went to visit the first official visit in Cambodia, especially in Phnom Penh. He asked our former king, the Narodom Hanuk, he want to be like Cambodia, especially in Phnom Penh. The city was like the garden, it's so beautiful. But because of the repeat growth, people think less about the sustainability, and now Phnom Penh is turning like a concrete jungle. And I think that's what we are the expert from the field. We have to do the bottom up. We try to make a community like what I'm doing, like build more communities about the plants, organize fair, organize event, do workshop until like one day the government would want to collaborate. So we still need to support from the local government. Yeah.
Yeah. For us, we admit that sometimes we want to keep up. Because my background is a non-government organization, so we can get the very like a high salary and get the high profile job, something like that, right? But at that time, I would like to give up, sometimes I didn't understand myself why I started this business or something like that. I have that time sometime, but that time when I say why I start, when I think again why I start this business, then it make me encourage again, empower me again, to move on, because I started because of this problem, and then I understand that I have to be persistent and a consistency to the what I'm doing like this. So even for this political situation in Myanmar, even honestly saying, I even try to sell our company because at the time we don't have enough money to give the salary to our team. So I think I don't want them to to be resilient together with us. I just want to sell my company and then give the money to my team, and then let them free to fly whatever they want like this. Because I also think about for their livelihoods or for their family as well. So I just I'm finding for the investor to sell my company there. But when I check but when I saw my team's face, they are always looking at me with hope. Okay, Miss Yin Yin has the solution for this problem like this. So at that time, I said, okay, no, selling is not the option. Selling is not the solution for them. So that's why I have to move on and I have to keep it up. So there's a persistent and consistency is the key thing for me. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I really feel for my sister because we have like the same reason that's why we don't give up, because we have so many families that working with us and we just not can let them like feel down. Also, I am the one who always I did the promise to my man, my workers, my staff that okay, once you work with me, maybe I'm not easy to get the people to work with me, but when they stay and I have to make sure that they love me and I love them, and I already give them the promise that I'm gonna change their life. So when the problems happen, I want to give up, but I remember all the promises that I did for them with them, so I just cannot stop. Yeah, because my background is from the poor family too. So if I say no to him, I let them go, it means that gonna affect their family a lot. That's why I try to fight a solution for us all, and we grow together and have the better life. This is what I promised them.
Yeah. And I have one thing to tell you guys here. My friend's company, not only the job that they provide, that she provide to the people, she also provide like loan in the company. If some officer, some staff like don't have enough money to live there, like they also like do some borrow the money from the company to live their life. Like you have like loan, right?
Yes.
Loan funding,
Yeah,
something like that.
with no profit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's depend on, it's like first come, first serve, right? You're gonna set like the amount of the loan for every year, and then the first one who register to get it, and then they maybe could get like a big amount.
I think I should go work for her. For a week I can apply. You interested? Yeah. Yeah.
And the bonus, like you're gonna give to your staff like in every Lunar New Year.
Oh
right?
yeah, the big bonus. Yeah.
Right.
Because as I said that I was from the poor family, and I am the one that got like a chance, like the Jewish life coach that they taught me a lot. They never give me the money. The coach, the Jewish, they don't give money, but they give me something like worth more than money. So I always think that okay, if one day I have a chance to pass the chance to them, and just only one girl or boy like to success, so it's already worth to do for it.
Please.
To wrap all the information, what is the most important part to start business? Can you guys give me one word?
Yeah. What is the most important? Most important
hard for
things.
you all?
Right.
For me, it's about mindset. Mindset.
What is that?
Oh, I need like three days to
Okay,
explain.
just explain
Okay,
by
like,
your short
yeah,
explanation.
for me, I also right now I'm agree with the Jewish guy that he said that if you start with giving things to people, yeah, the good thing will come after that. But you have to make sure that you don't expect much, and you have to make sure that you give to the right one, the deserved one, because not every time that I give and I get something good back, you should give to the right one, the one who deserves that opportunities. Yeah.
For you?
I think quite similar to mine is mentally readiness. Because when you start business, like we all as a young people when we start the business, we think, oh, it's like independent, it's something, we are young generation, we can do more, we can use technology, this and that. But sometimes our passion will not stay still, it's like a journey, what we call, up and down, like a roller coaster. Yeah. So if your mentality is not ready, there is one point that you want to give up. And when you give up, you never want to get back because it's like it become a traumatized. I think a lot of startup they give up. Like Mr. said, in Cambodia, in the report, 90% of startup fail. Yeah.
What about your opinion?
So I agree with two of them. So but I would like to add something is about the open-minded, because like when you start a business, like a small or a big one, or whether you are young or old, you have to admit yourself. You have an area that you don't know, and then you have to like collaborate with the people who are the expert in that area that you don't know. So you need the open-minded, and then you have to accept it by yourself. Because this is based on my real experience. Because my mindset and my brain is working totally like 80% is working for NGO mindset. I'm kind of very good at using the money, not finding the money. So at that time, what I have to do is that I have to accept myself, because like 2 or 3 years is like make me stressful, because like I feel like annoying myself. I cannot accept why I cannot learn the business thing. Why I'm so dumb like this. I feel angry myself, and then it make me close everything down to learn the new thing. So that's why when I accept myself. Okay, I'm not a business person, I'm the NGO person, so I have to learn from zero. Then it's make me more learning, and I got more connections that I can make a new friends from the expert like this. So the open-minded and accepting yourself, your reality is really helpful for starting your new business. Thank you. Yes.
Helen, do you have any question? Okay, please.
Thank you for your interesting presentation. I have 2 questions for 3 of speakers because three of you from different countries. So my first question is that when you run your business, is there any public sector support for your business? It would be interesting that you might share some experience about working with the government side or public sector side. And my second question is that from your perspective, how is the startup environment in your country now? Thank you.
2 questions, please.
For the first question, so collaboration with the government. So honestly saying, before coup, we are working closely with our government. In Myanmar, we have a Department of Agriculture and also the Department of Rural Development. So that we are very closely working with them, and it makes it can accelerate our activities a lot. So for example, we have a digital literacy training program. In the we went with the agri-mobile clinic car. So at that time, the Department of Rural Development helped us to organize the villages, that they can come to listen our digital literacy training. So at that time, we don't need to, spend much time and money to find the village. So the department already organized for us. So that collaboration with the public sector, government sector, for us that we have a good experience at the time. And then also we as a private company, but so some people recognize us as the social enterprise. So that's why we also working with a non-government organization as well. So that they are, because we provide the free information to the farmers, so they are also helping to share our obligation to the farmers. Like this. So that's why we got the lots of user from for our application. Yeah. And the second question is.
Second question is.
Sorry.
Startup environment.
Startup environment in
your
Myanmar.
country.
For right now. So the environment is totally messy for everyone, for everything. Yeah, but I would say before that we have a very good opportunity and very good environment atmosphere. Because in between the 2017 to the 2019, the startups are really booming. Every month there is an event and the workshops for the accelerator program for different perspectives. And you can see there are lots of the startups who are making a really social impact for the community. So because I'm used to be a judge for that event as well. So there are so many people, not only in big city, but also from the the small cities in Myanmar. So between 2017 and 2019, it is a kind of our golden days in Myanmar. Yeah, but for now, it's kind of a nightmare. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Helen, for the question. So the first question, now we're still planning to collaborate with the government because, as I mentioned earlier, my business, even the community and landscaping, we still in a very early stage, so we have not registered yet. So it's a bit difficult to seek for partnership from the public sectors. But we plan to do it next year also to get support for organizing the second Phnom Penh Plants and Garden Fair. Second question, I think the government learns a lot because they tend to care more about the small and medium enterprises. They learn that the economic pillar of the country still rely largely on the small and medium enterprises, even though some of them they are still in the informal sector, meaning that they have not registered their business yet. It's like family business from generation to generation, but they make a lot of money, but they don't see the value of registering their business yet. So now the government create the supporting system, like the Ministry of Economics, they open organization called Khmer Enterprise. They focus on the small and medium enterprises. They provide training. They work collaboratively with the SME bank to also give the loan to the startup with a very low interest rate. Also, there is one key player too, the Impact Hub, that they are the biggest startup community in Cambodia. And then when they organizing the program very successfully, the government also support them. So now they have the offices in different cities, like they have the Enterprise Vision in Siem Reap province, and also they have the Pum Impact in Battambang. So they create like a sister organization, but they give all the authority to them. They just provide the mentorings and coaching to the other people that co-found the organization in a different city. And also we have some key players that more working as a grant provider like USAID, the Asia Foundation, APEC Cambodia, and also at the university level or institutional level, the university now have a focus on innovative business, social enterprise, like my former university, Royal University of Phnom Penh. They launched a new program for that, and they organize a lot of events to promote about that and make the young startup to be ready for their business. And also the National University of Management, they also organize with other university in the regional like Mekong Business Competition. So the university have been working on it like for many years, and they also partner with the National University of Laos and many famous university in the region. So I can say now the startup environment in Cambodia is whole lot better compared to the before COVID.
Yeah, for me, about the government support for my business, something that I can feel is like long time ago, but it's good enough, because at that time they kind of lower the tax wall from 37% to be 7%. So it's really good for import, like the material, the rough stone, gemstone. So it saved me a lot of money, and also it help the new starter to import things, produce and export out. So that is the support thing that government give us. And also when you open the new company as an SME, the government will help you for the tax, for the I believe it's like 2 years. The first 2 years they will not, you don't need to pay, and they will not come and make a mess with you. So so it helps you to have time to create your own things and also solve other problem in the same time. About the startup environment, let's say in jewelry business, I can say that jewelry business startup is not easy anymore, because right now after COVID, for the small company, they die. So the one that can survive is the strong one. So it means that if you open the company right now, you have to compete with the big one. So you have to be very unique on your service and special and different from them. So you will be the one. So if I say about the environment in business startup, jewelry startup, I don't think that is kind of so much. But I think for other business, I think the atmosphere, the environment is better, because new generation, they are about the technology, like a food, something like that. I think it's more colorful and more future.
And in your business now, I have a question that because the diamonds, the jewelry is like a rare item now, that's more and more difficult to find it on this earth, right? And now where do they usually come from? The diamond, the jewelry that you...
They come from the mine, from India, and the South America. And also
far away.
And Russia, but right now we have Russia problem, so we just cannot use the Russian product. So it make the diamond price raise up at the first month of this year, January, February, the price go crazy. But right now they kind of more consistent, still high but more consistent.
Why can't you use the Russian diamond?
It's the law. It's about the law.
Our law or international law then?
I can say it's customer request.
Okay.
The customer request, sometime, not sometime, like in US, they are not allowed to use Burmese jade or ruby, Burmese ruby, something like that. It's kind of like I don't know, contract.
Yeah, it's in your business also like related to the international politics as well.
Correct. Exactly.
My God, my God. And for two of you, I also have a question that what is the big challenge for you now in your business? Because like, for example, in Myanmar, as we know, in because of the influence of China in your countries, and maybe someone trying to copy you. So what is the big challenge to both of you now? To your business.
Yeah. So the big challenges, political and stable is the biggest challenge one. For in Myanmar. That's why we see that kind of opportunity as well. That's why we are trying to expand our services to the regional level to move our services because the business model is scalable to the regional level. So that's why we will say is because when the politically and stable. So here what we have right now is that there's no internet in Myanmar. Most of the area are shutting down by the government purposely because they don't want us to use the Facebook, to share the information. So and also even for example Yangon, the big capital city in Myanmar, they still have an internet, but the internet charge is become triple. They increase the tax and do that kind of a company. Yeah, and also there is only, how can I say, only the 6 hours a day electricity. So only 6 hours for it, 6 hour electricity for a day, like this. So that kind of thing. So for for us who are rely on the internet, and so we cannot survive that kind of condition right now. Yeah.
What about you? What is the big challenge now to the business?
I think I've been through the difficult time in funding, but now I think this time is more about the technical. I think I still need to improve what we are lacking in terms of the technical skill, and we don't really get used to business coachings or mentoring yet. So I think I'm in need of that, like a coach or mentor to actually guide, because they've been through. I believe that in order to they have to experience themselves first, and I think it's important when we do business, we need someone who is more knowledgeable or at least more experienced, that they can guide us the direction.
So my one last question, I just want to know, and if you guys have some more, you can raise your hands up. Yeah, my one last question is because all of you you've been through, you've been doing the business for a while, and and especially during the COVID-19, what is the lessons that you learned from the COVID or the turmoil situations? What is the lessons, right, from you?
For me, from the COVID-19, it gave me the lesson that plan B is never enough. Never. You have to have plan C, D, E. Yeah.
You need to have more options.
Yeah. Especially about the finance. So at that time, I think I already well prepared. Still not good enough. So from at that time, so I tell myself, okay, reserve the money for that, because
as much as you can.
As much as I can, because I have to save my people, also save the business too. That is the lesson.
What about you?
I think beside of the plans, I think to keep working hard, always keep learning, expanding your network, because when we start the business, I think the connection become the most important social asset. And like I raised up so many points in my business. My first customer is the celebrity chef that I know. At first, I've been supporting her because I like what she's doing, but I never expected someday she would come to me and and support me. And also the investor from Japan, I just P. Joy mentions it's about self brandings. Like even though you've been through a lot, done post stupid things, or like you don't have to give it up. You're still working very hard, consistently, persistently, and also we cannot do it all by yourself. It's the communities. It's important. That's why I change the model and create the buildings communities.
Yeah. And from you?
Yeah, there might be. For me, it might be a little bit similar with the for this business because, like, what I see, the importance of visionary of the visionary level of the founders or leaders of the organization is very important at the time. Even whether it's COVID or COOP, is a visionary is very important for us because like in 2018, so like because when we start launching our app and it seems success, and also like many mega countries are, like for example, like Cambodia also invite us to do a similar app in the Cambodia. So at that time we say, like what Dr. Martin just presented this morning, right? Like Thailand's young Thai people, they still want to be success in Thailand, not to go global. So I say like it's me, like me, because at that time, no, I want to first do very well in Myanmar, then I will go to Cambodia or something like that. Because at the time I don't have any visionary thing. So and then somebody also suggests me to do a business register in Singapore or something like that. So at that time I said, oh, we don't need that. We already we have enough room in Myanmar or something, But now right now for us it's very difficult to do even for registration with the Myanmar name. Because of the political situation, now for us it is very difficult to open the business bank account in Singapore because we are Myanmar, and it is very difficult for us to register a business in Singapore because we are Myanmar. So now what we got the registration because we use the Thailand address to open the business account in Singapore. So that's at the time I remember myself. Okay, I need a visionary. The visionary of the leader, the co-founder is really important for us. Yeah, it can kill you. Thank you.
น้องๆมีคำถามไหมครับอยากถามอะไรถามเลยอยากแชร์อะไรมีไหมเอ่ยภาษาไทยก็ได้
I think they are.
Okay, please.
Thank you. Thank you for your sharing. And I want to ask a question because I'm still young and my knowledge still limit. So I want to ask about, for example, if I have a plan and I will create something in the future, and in the beginning, how I can how I can get the investment and how I can find the investment. Yeah.
So, thank you for your question.
Thank you.
I think before you get the investment, it's important for yourself to know clearly about your product and service and build the confidence in yourself. As long as you are very trustworthy and you have all the confidence, the investor will feel the same way. So know about your products, knows about the key important key players, like those who do something that's similar to what you're doing. Get to know them, learn from them, and try to do something different. If you do something the same, you may not get support from the community. But if you try to do something different, I think you will also get support from the communities, and get yourself a mentors or a coach that you believe that they can help you, they can have something that you may not have, especially the experience. For myself, I got the mentorship from the Australian also, because when I was in your age, I'm always curious and try to join any program. And then I didn't know that the program that I joined, the international mentoring program from the local Australian government, they still keep an eye on me. So when I had a difficult time, I surprised that the program manager still reached out to me and asked like, so Pteah, why you so quiet? What happened? Does something bad happen to you? And then I just tell them, tell him what I've been through, and then he tried to sort it out, because like he's in his 70 years old, he been through a lot of things, and he know what we at the younger age may that facing. So I think it's important to have someone to discuss with you.
Anything that you want to share more?
Yeah. So it's a it's a very it might be funny because we still didn't have an investment yet. for we already working in this sector for this application has the 6 year and my working experience is over 10 years, but I still cannot get the investment yet. Because it is very difficult to find the who has the same value with you for your targeted community. So for me, if I would say if you want to do a business, don't find the investment first. Please find the network first. Find the network and then use this network and then prove yourself you are very good at that your business. So it is the first thing. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
please.
happy that this young guy asked the question because I can see myself from him. Yeah, how old are you, can I ask? 19. Amazing. Okay, so as I said in the beginning, and also totally agree with Mr. Sopheak that, okay, you have to know exactly what your own, in your own, and the only one who can answer is you. What is, you are the best, you can do the good things. What is the best of you? You have to know it clearly, right? And then at 19, you just cannot find for the fun or money. Mm-hmm. But you can sell yourself, that put the value in yourself. Like you can give them the service, you can give them the sincere, you can give them your labor, maybe your knowledge you learn from the others. But first, you have to know exactly what you are good at. So there is a wise sentence from Chinese, something that you have to know yourself, you have to know your customer. Actually, they say you have to know yourself, you have to know your enemy, so you will win in every battles. But right now, so you adapt to use with a customer. So you have to know exactly what you are, and you have to know exactly what the customer wants. So you will win every battles.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your sharing, your experience, your knowledge. And it's really amazing to hear all of you guys. And I just want to invite Dr. Nisit to conclude today's events, especially this afternoon sessions.
That's what I expect when you look at my eyes, okay, you have to say something. Thank you very much for the rest of you who's still in this auditorium and this room. It's very important, the moment. I could not count the number of characters of alphabet that throw, up to the ceiling. But there's the million words that students just I count from this morning. This is 10 students out of 30,000 people. At least from 10 students among 1,000 freshie in CMU who has a chance to listen, to an experience from at least, 3 or from the entrepreneurs and 2 from the scholars. All are now under the eyes of the senior, Mr. Charit, who always with our conference. You cannot imagine how many years he attend the conference that I invited. At least 5 years. At least 5 years. So that means an experience that you have learned. Everyone, even Helen, will have the first met, from yesterday, and now we get to know each other. Actually, our center is very small. I am the head, and also we have 2 staffs. But we win the big battle. We don't mind our, just like you said, now everyone try to find the best way to get out from the cage. And I think to learn everything in probably one day is the most important for the youth just like you. So I bring all the people here. It's not easy. But including the word that he made, connection is the most important. But to learn into that level, you have to be tough enough, just like Mr. Charit mentioned to me. So every word that everyone mentioned, I memorize it, but I put in the folders and likely to move on. So friendship with Mr. Chaya, that is a half of the world under his handles right now. The momentum of the world is now turning into Asia, just like Professor Pamtron mentioned. Railway is very high speed, but we have to deal with that in Laos. So I am the one who found out that I'm good by bringing the people together in one day. That is my, my aim, my dream, that self-building, just like her mentioning, should be like a signatures. And today we're proud to present that this is our signatures, building trust among friends. So thank you very much for all of you to come to Chiang Mai.